Dave Revson, Gerry DiNardo, Howard Griffith. We're in Madison, Wisconsin. Just got a chance to see the Badgers practice here, a team that has been to 4 Big Ten championship games in the last 6 years. The only other power conference school in the nation that can make that claim is Alabama. And I think the question, guys, is how do they do it? I mean, obviously the personnel changes. We've seen coaching changes in Madison as well. How are they able to reload here?
Well, I think it starts with coaching changes. You know, Barry Alvarezz turned it over to Brett Bielema. Barry Alvarezz, by the way, has picked the last 3 coaches, then Gary Anderson and now Paul Chryst. So when you hire good coaches, I think this happens. I also think they have found their niche in recruiting. It's not the 4 and 5 stars, but it's the guys that can plug into their program. They develop them. They know what they want to do offensively and defensively. And then the last thing I'll say is, and it goes back to Barry Alvarezz, there's nothing like it, because I've had ones that know what they were doing and don't know what they were doing. An athletic director, I'm serious as a heart attack, an athletic director that understands football, understands players, understands coaches. And if you have a resource like that, it is something that really helps. And every guy who's coached here since Barry has coached has had Barry to lean on. And that's a big deal.
And I think a lot of it is about the culture that Barry Alvarezz has created here. We've talked about it earlier. They just find the guys, it's just a niche. They're able to plug people in. The one thing that hasn't changed is the culture. So you come here, you talk about what's going to be the staple. They're going to run the ball. They're going to have big physical offensive lines. They're going to be strong in the line of scrimmage. That's a culture that has not changed. When you're the head coach here, you're expected, because when you look over your shoulder, you talk about the AD, the culture that he has set up here is so deeply ingrained in this place that I think every coach that comes in understands what they have to do and what they need to live up to. So I think that helps the transition when they have changes.
And the only thing I'd say, Howard, part of the culture is a walk-on program here that is unique to Wisconsin. It used to be unique to Nebraska. Now it's unique to Wisconsin. It may still be unique in some regard to Nebraska, but it's really important here. I think last year in the playoff or in the championship game in Indianapolis, like 7 guys were starting that were former walk-ons. So it was just some extraordinary number.
They've done an amazing job with that. It's amazing to think that it's happened here, guys, because this just wasn't a good program for so long. I mean, I think about growing up. I know you certainly could speak to this. 1964 to 92, guys, they had 6 winning seasons. From 64 to 92, that's nearly 30 years. Since then, they have had 2 losing seasons. They haven't had any since 2001. It is amazing how this program has turned around. And based on what we saw tonight, I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. Plenty more coverage throughout the tour here on BTN and all of our social media.